Why do you guys have threes on the banner?
So that's the total collection size, 333, and that's just what we've been using for all of the sneak peek numbers. But those numbers will actually be changing with whatever ID you mint.
Nuggets is like my family.
Thanks for listening to this episode of the Nifty Nuggets Drive-Thru. Please make sure you subscribe to our channel and like this video. If you want to find more information about us, you can follow us on Twitter @NuggetsNifty. And you can also download this episode on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. We hope you enjoy the AMA.
How are we all doing?
We are doing excellent. And Brahmi and Josh are here with us from Metabucks. Where are you guys from?
So I'm in Vancouver. I was born and raised here over in Canada. I've been here for 30 years now. So
Hey.
yeah, the kid turned 30. What a milestone.
Yeah, I'm over in Washington State at the moment. But I've been traveling around like my whole life growing up. Was born in New York, but been in Washington for a few years now.
Nice. You liking the weather up in Washington or the nature?
It's pretty hot right now. It's starting to get that time of year again. I'm really hoping it doesn't cross over to 100 degrees again, like it did last year.
It got that high up?
Yeah, it was nuts. Where are you at?
I'm out of Atlanta right now, but the weather's pretty good right now. It's like 73 degrees, a little cool, but usually it is hot and humid as hell in here, like to the point where you walk to your car and you're just covered in sweat.
Yep.
Yeah, give me a sec
there.
here, guys. I'm having some major difficulty in my computer. I'm just gonna try and switch this over. Give me a second.
Okay. Yeah. So, do you know much about the Metabucks Wrath?
I was just looking through you guys' Discord server. I do like the spinning, what's it called, the atom that you guys have as the logo.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
That's really cool. And I like your color pattern. Why do you guys have threes on the banner?
So that's the total collection size, 333, and that's just what we've been using for all of the sneak peek numbers. But those numbers will actually be changing with whatever ID you mint as well.
Gotcha.
And threes are Jinx's, like it's his number. It's like a special number as well. And yeah.
So when you guys have double jinxed on your, is that like whitelist or what is it? Or is it like
Yeah, double jinx is like kind of like the OG roll, and that's like the people that are able to get 2 mints. The regular whitelist is just jinxed.
Gotcha. What do the early birds get?
Those were the earliest people to our server as well, and they're whitelisted as well.
Gotcha. Now, are you the founder, or I think Player One was telling me that you one of you guys is the community manager or advisor?
Yeah, we both are the advisors for the project. Brahmi's been focused. Well, I'll let him say his part when he gets fixed. But I've been more focused on the back end, on the project side of things, with the like Discord, mainly with making sure it's secured and making sure that things are smooth throughout the community and everything that we're hosting. And I help a lot with that side of things.
How big is the team itself? And is it doxed by any chance? Or?
Yeah, we're all fully 100% doxed. The team consists of about like 10, like 7 total people we have. If you're counting, if you're talking about just core, it is down to 5. But we have our animator as well, Sully Clater, and our artist Eduardo. And Eduardo is also the founder with Jinx as well. They're the 2 main founders of the project.
Very cool. Well, let's just start it off.
Guys, can you guys hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you, man.
Guys.
Can you hear us? You having
Yeah,
any technical
you guys
difficulties?
are good. You guys are
All right,
good.
awesome.
All right, perfect. So right above the stage is an kind of an text AMA channel where if you guys want, you can drop any kind of sneak peeks, any kind of info that you guys want. And right above that is another channel where people will be posting questions that they have.
All
And I'll
right.
just go through those questions so you guys don't even need to worry about that. But yeah, just give you guys a quick little rundown.
Yeah, I like
And
that. Yeah, I'll definitely post some stuff in there. I'll post our white paper in there and our website. Well, yeah, I'll do that.
perfect. And who's going to be the one I should be speaking to? Should I be speaking to you, Josh, or Brahmi, or both of you at the same time?
Both.
It doesn't matter.
That's
Yeah, it
cool.
doesn't
Yeah,
matter at
whichever.
all.
Okay, perfect. So yeah, just to start off things, could you give us a basic rundown on your project, MetaBucks? What is it about? Why the MetaBucks? Why the banners with all the money?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the actual concept of Metabox is basically
I mean, you're too far away from the mic.
that.
Yeah, you're good.
So basically, the concept of the Metabox is basically being the wealth or the riches of the metaverse. That was the original concept of kind of how it originated from. The original spark or inspiration started with the founders, being Jinx and Eduardo. They were heavily involved with a project you guys probably know of Invisible Friends. They were doing a lot of artwork, fan art for a lot of the core community and staff of the project at the time. Back then, they got noticed by like Motion Marcus, Coinbilly, and a few other people of the core staff there, just based off just straight off from the artwork they were providing. So much so that they actually started using the banners they were providing for Invisible Friends, like on their Twitter, social media pages, Discord, things like that. That was where kind of the art got initially noticed and that first shout out happened. From there, people really appreciated the quality of art they were providing. Simple and unique it was. You weren't seeing too many banner projects out there. There, it just basically originated into entire project with a staff that we created as originally as friends, and it kind of moved into a full-on team with highly reputable people in the industry and in the NFT space, was something that we thought was completely different and unique to your typical like your profile picture projects or your tokenomics. I mean, the concept of our project really stems from being able to under promise and over deliver. Animation of the banners. There's 3,333 total. Every single banner is animated, so doing so, we've had to actually go through each and every single individual banner one by one to quality control test each single one. The benefits of the actual project too are, as a holder, sorry, as a holder, actually be able to connect your wallet to our website. I'm sure Josh can probably post the website somewhere on here. But
Yeah,
it
I
is
was just dropping the website and everything.
It is extremely interactive. Holders will be able to verify their holdings on the website and actually redeem the matching corresponding profile picture, which will also be animated to the banner. That's sort of like the initial utility of the project. That's like the general concept that we took and kind of grew from. There, it was just a matter of basically building the rest of the project, building the utility that we've been able to create and put together so far on our
Are the
roadmap. So
are the PFPs also animated or just the banners?
PFPs are also animated.
yeah, so
And
the PFPs are also animated.
Got it. So if you guys, whenever someone mints a banner, they can mint the PFP right away, or is that going to be just down the line, like a different phase or something?
It is an incentive. So the actual idea is after the initial spark or the initial set of volume. I'm assuming probably about a week after reveal, we'll allow this for each holder to be able to go on and connect their second NFT, and it will be considered as a second NFT. So it is kind of like a 2-for-1 deal. But that's kind of the time frame that we'll be working with.
So how long has Metabugs been around? And pretty much, have you guys done a lot of marketing? Have you guys, like, can you walk us through your journey in developing the project?
Yeah, so I mean, as for like I said, the initial idea started from Eduardo and Jinx. We're actually working on different projects at the time that they were kind of designing and drawing art for. This just so happened that they were able to get recognition from work and quality of art that they were providing from obviously a very reputable project like Invisible Friends. Like I said, that's sort of what the initial idea concept came from for the Metabucks, which has been probably about what Josh, like what, 4 or 5 months now, something
Yeah, I
like that.
think it was like started early like February is around it first came.
The team is, I mean, everybody knew each other too, which was extremely beneficial. We're an entirely docs team. We knew each other from obviously other projects among the space. Been able to develop friendships before we even became actual staff members. There's a lot of trust that kind of comes throughout the team between one another and kind of how we work and do things. From there, it was, as for marketing, advertising, it's been completely organic and natural. We took, try to stay away from your artificial hype, like your typical Twitter giveaways, constant collaborations with every other project you see around the block. We've taken extreme strategic approaches with people and projects that we want to work with, alongside with. The entire idea of our project is longevity, growth, and value. And the decisions that we've been making as we've been moving forward and working with have been completely conceptualized around that, especially with like from marketing and collaborations. Projects that we see the similar ethos and value in are ones that we've been targeting and working with alongside. With the roadmap that we've been able to generate and put together, it was very important that we chose to work with certain, I guess, people and projects to help mutually benefit each other, the actual length and longevity of the project too. So, like I said, it's been very natural, very organic. It's something that we wanted to create real hype with basically what we've been able to provide, rather than, like I said, your typical artificial order giveaway every second day.
So you've done a lot of AMAs during the period of time.
Yeah, I'd say we've done quite a bit. We've been ramping them up and getting more.
AMAs, a lot of Twitter Spaces. I mean, it helps too with being involved in this space before we started working, being able to social network, create those relationships beforehand, which is definitely a spearhead to the project. I think we'll definitely underutilize the power of social networking in the space, and I think it's been something that's been extremely beneficial with myself, with the project, with Josh, to even just have these conversations with people like yourself too. So the project has been very open, very transparent with what we're trying to build. And it starts with even just the white paper that we provided too. There's really no secrets with the project, and I think that's the main problem nowadays with a lot of uncertainty in the space. So our goal is to basically be as open as possible and stem from being a very mentally health aware project, a very openly compensated project between what we're paying members of the staff, where money will be going in the future, how we're holding our NFTs, what we're building with our roadmap, and basically step by step as to how we're planning to get there.
So I see there's a lot of talk about mental health, and I'm guessing, well, you guys are talking about the uh, time spent on Discord to work to family life, all that, right? And how
Yeah.
to correctly balance that stuff.
Exactly. I mean, I'm the first person to say that I spend too much time on Discord. I work way too much.
Yeah.
So,
For real.
it was a learning experience for me, and it was a healthy one because I was digging myself into a grave. It was, I hate using the word toxic, but it was toxic. It was just way too much. I'm sure you can probably attest to it too.
Yeah. You kind of feel like you were getting burned out.
It was, I mean, the Discord grind is real, right? It's obviously the whitelist meta, quote unquote, changes every other month, but either way, you're spending a lot of time on Discord. You're spending a lot of time in front of a computer screen, away from family and friends. It can get sometimes lonely. I mean, the virtual aspect of it is beneficial. I mean, I enjoy talking to people, but I think you just get a little trapped in it. So the benefit that we were able to build was an idea that the team really related to. We were obviously uncertain as to what the feedback we'd get. Chose to create what we call today as Shut It Down Sundays, which has been inspired by other projects too. And a lot of projects have done the same thing. They've come on board with the movement that we've been pushing and pursuing. The members of our community took it very well. The feedback was extremely positive. People really appreciated a project that was willing to shut down their server so that members of that server and staff of that server take a day off and kind of hit the reset recharge button a little bit. In doing so, it really brought that awareness to mental health and what the benefits of kind of taking a break would be. And other projects saw that too. And now we've got projects like Llamaverse and Akabatu Mecca and Like Island and Atomo and Clay Friends, and now NFT Possessed jumped on board too. So those are things that we're very proud of. Those are things that like we can't take full ownership of either. We know that other projects were doing similar things too, but it's something that we definitely wanted to push forward and be kind of the voice for some of the people that spend too much time in NFT space or behind Discord or in front of a computer screen. So it's nice to touch some grass every now and then.
Yeah, but a lot of people do it to escape real world life as well, right?
100%. I think just a matter of kind of creating a healthy balance, right?
Absolutely, yeah. Can't let one aspect of your life overpower everything else. It's absolutely
Yeah.
right.
Exactly.
So I really like your white paper, the 14 pages that you guys posted. I like how you guys break down, yeah, like you said, are completely transparent about how much you're paying the mods, the community, yeah, the moderators community, language mods, where all the money is going to, how much the artists are getting paid, how much the staff is getting paid. I mean, it's very refreshing to see because usually no one wants to release that information, and that's because usually the mods are not compensated enough, and all the money and everything goes to the founders, right?
Yep.
I think it's one of those
Exactly.
things too where like you want to enter into this space and just not follow along with other projects are doing. Like because we were so involved in this space beforehand, it was easy to see some of the issues and fear and uncertainties that the space fortunately has, and that new members of even just NFTs in general across way too often. Like I know myself that when I entered into the NFT space, I mean, the first project I got to, I basically got rugged, and that was due to a number of things. It was due to
What was your first
obviously
project?
basement dwellers.
Basement dwellers. I've never even heard of that one. How long ago was this?
That was, I mean, I've been in the space for, I don't even know how long in the space for, just under a year, and it was basically, it was a project that was, you know, the oh my god, what was it? What was the project? It was like a derivative of that dad project that did really well. I forget what they were called. Anyways, it was I thought to be some influential people involved with the project. It started out kind of strong, and then all of a sudden everybody just dipped. Like the founders left, half the Discord left, and of course I'm standing there with very little education in the space, not really understanding or knowing what's going on. So number of things that was due to seeing a team that wasn't documented. There was a couple people that were. It was a team that you didn't know where the money was going. There were promises that were basically promising you the world, and that sounded great on paper. But at the end of the day, there was no way of checking it or even being able to see or know if these promises will ever be done too. So that was a thing or an experience for me that when I entered in space, it could have driven me completely out. That could have been my first thing that I entered into, and the last thing that I remember. So, and it happens to a lot of people. So I mean, that's what we kind of stepped into and saw that. How can we be a little bit different? How can we be better? How can we be a little bit more than kind of just writing something down on a piece of paper and promising something without delivering anything? So we wanted to create pillars of the project that we could completely stand behind. Education being one. We're extremely passionate about education and Discord, and plan we have to carry through with that. Like I said before, we're extremely passionate about mental health awareness in general. And then, of course, also being completely transparent, completely open with what we're doing, who we are, how we're going to proceed, what our roadmap is going to look like, and basically not promise too much that we can't deliver on. So at the end of the day, our roadmap looks one way that you see, but there's a lot more on that we see that we haven't put on there yet, because we want to make sure we can guarantee it first before we provide it. And we don't want to sell something that we simply don't have ready yet. So,
Is it because you guys require funding to make the other parts come into fruition?
surprisingly, no. Surprisingly, a lot of it is not funding. We've created what we think is a way to provide promises without extreme funding or having to mint out, or if we mint half, we can't follow through with what we promised. So those aren't things that we actually have worry with. The rest of it is actually just some of the partnerships that we're talking to. We've has a great deal of connections and through his family, through the hospitality industry, through some companies that his family works with that are obviously very known, like brands and people in the corporate world. Those are things that we're pursuing and talking to, things that we're not even mentioning because it's not worth mentioning yet until we actually have some signatures on a piece of paper. It won't be said at all yet. But like I said, it's just a matter of basically being able to provide what we know that we can, which is basically what we've put down on our roadmap and completely stood behind since the very beginning.
So let's say me as an investor, I mint your project, right? It's you said a 3333 project, right?
Yeah.
Is it all going to be whitelisted, or is there going to be a public sale as well associated with it, or how do you see the mint actually going?
So we have 3 different phases set for our project. We have 3,000 are going to be for whitelist. Then we're going to have a small public raffle, premium raffle that will be like a minimum of like 333 people that are able to win this. And so first we'll have our Jinx members be able to mint, and then whatever is not minted from whitelist will be also additional to the raffle that the people entered. And then from that, if it doesn't sell out, then there'll be a small public with whatever is left over.
I see. Got it. Got it. Now, and I'm looking through the utilities. Do you guys mind going through these? Because the the boxes seems like a great idea, and I just wanted to find out what kind of like NFTs are these NFTs from the um, projects that you're partnering with, or are these some other NFTs that are going to be in there? Can you just go
So
through the
what?
Yeah,
utilities?
of course.
What
Yeah,
having
yeah.
a banner will give me?
Yeah, so what we've done, we've been able to develop and kind of put together a similar idea to what NanoPass did to with the black box. We're doing what we call the Meta Vault. So that's part of what we've been doing with the community wallet and with NFTs of the project that we will withhold and pull back. Include in the community vault as well. So that's something that potential holders can receive via airdrop. The other part of it is with the community wallet, we'll either be purchasing other NFTs from other projects or part of whitelist from other projects that we'll be minting. But those would basically be from partnering projects that we work with, or like I said, NFTs that we withhold back during the mint that we purchase ourselves for the project inside the wallet that we provide to our holders.
And are you guys planning on being a closed Discord? Because I see there's Discord invites as that as well. With
Oh, we're
or is that
completely
or is
open
that
Discord.
invites or is that invites to other Discords that are closed?
Invites to other Discords. Inside, kind of give you a full breakdown with the actual Meta Vault. Discord invites would be, again, with partnering projects or invites we receive from other projects we provide to our NFT holders. We have MetaBucks Discord currency, which I'm not sure if you're familiar with it or not, but we have MetaBucks. We actually have a bot inside of our server that generates and implements our own Discord currency from our own ecosystem. It's not tokenomics. This isn't going to be going on like DEX tools or anything like that. But it is part of our currency that we have future utility with that we haven't released yet because it hasn't been. Well, it's just not finished. Basically, it's being designed and drawn up right now, but it's not done yet. So, but as for MetaBucks Discord currency, as holders of the Discord, they'll be able to. You can actually receive them daily from the bot. You can do things from being inside the Discord, taking part of like our education learning, basically being a good Discord server member. But they're provided by either staff of MetaBucks or from the Meta Vault or from, quote unquote, like I said before, being able to pick them up daily from the Discord bot. So there is future utility with that we have not released yet.
So do people who have been in the server for a long time, for like 4 or 5 months, since you said your server's been up and running for around that long, do they have like some big advantage over new people who are going to come in with a
No.
MetaBug?
Yeah, no, not at all. They won't have any crazy advantage or anything like that. The most that they have currently and what they will have is we have like a couple roles that were purchasable in our like shop that we had that you could purchase with MetaBucks. And so we had like a Meta Whale roll and Guppy and Seal we called them, and they just give bonus entries to the whitelist giveaways that we're giving to our community because we thought, like people that are truly a part of the community and part of the like growing the project with us, they deserve a better chance at the giveaways that we're getting for everybody.
Yeah, that makes sense. Absolutely.
And we intended to we put like kind of like a cap on them as well to some of the people, so there couldn't be that extreme advantage as well. So like the most anyone has in the server is like 100, I believe, and that's like the max anyone's ever had, because just they were there all the time with us. And yeah.
Idea behind the Discord currency kind of ecosystem was to basically just add another incentive, encouragement, or motivation to be a part of the server, be that role model, take part into what we've been providing and engaging with inside of our server. I know that people obviously lose interest very fast. It's a very common thing. There's so many projects out there that people are jumping around from. After we mint, it's very common for members to venture off and go into other discords for other whitelists and projects to do their own research and obviously see what's going on, see what's out there, what's new, see what the new shiny toy is. But with us, what we've been building is basically just that safe haven, that home spot, that at the end of the day, that once they've ventured off and seen what else is out there for the day, that they come back home into the actual Discord and see what we're basically doing. So, like I said, from the very start of ours, one of our core pillars it has been that education and been that information hub to our members and even just members of our Discord. The Discord currency is a bonus. It's something that people use as an incentive for people to receive as a token of appreciation for taking part in some of the education seminars, the tools, the workshops that we provide daily inside of our server, and that we will continue to provide daily inside of our server, because it is something that we're very, very passionate about. Because, like I said before, it's one of those things that we think is the most vital information part of the NFT space, especially with how things are, or how everyone has been reacting lately. There's been a lot of uncertainty, and I think that's due to maybe a little bit of lack of just not understanding. This is the first bear market a lot of people have ever experienced. So being able to educate and provide the tools to our own server and potential future holders is how we plan to build our own community from ground up. It's kind of like that definition where, yeah, you can go and look for your diamond holders. You can search for those never selling day ones that will be there to the very end. But with us, we wanted to, instead of find them, we wanted to create them. So, and at least educate them as to give them a better understanding as to what they're holding and what they'll be receiving, the benefits that they have holding our NFT, and where we plan to be going. So, yeah.
So, what kind of educational things have you done so far inside the server, or how are you
There's
given that?
been a lot.
What's that?
Just saying, there's been a lot. So it's been everywhere from like kind of like your beginner to your advanced, your expert categories. How we've been kind of putting it together. My head, like technical analysis has been something that educators have been pursuing quite a bit.
And I can say on it as well a little bit, Brahmi, since I've been working directly with the educators too. And the other ones that we've had is career leadership. So we've broken it up into like a different topic per day. So like Monday has been our career / like leadership day, and so we've had like a professional mindset coach that comes on, and he talks about his like journey through life, and just talking about really being in the right mindset can really just change so much for you and your outlook on life. And as well, we're by another person called Trey Tastic, if some people know them. They were giving us advice and how to, just the other day, like this past Monday, they're giving us advice on how to make up a proper resume. If for not we don't only cover Web3 topics, so they're helping people out in maybe they're trying to find a job and giving you the do's and the don'ts on resumes. And then Tuesdays is our health and wellness day, talking about anywhere from basic fitness to like full on workout routines that one of our personal trainers came in and discussed. And then Wednesday, excuse me, Wednesday is our NFT Tools Day. And last week we were visited by NFT Sensei to do a deep dive on everything that they've been working on and building and what their tool offers. And then we will soon be having Flava Tools on as well. Sometime one of our partnerships that we secured, and they would be giving us the same idea, giving us their entire rundown of how their tool operates. And then, as Brahmi mentioned, we have Thursdays for fundamental analysis day and Friday for technical analysis for both stock trading or crypto trading and NFTs, of course. And kind of gives you a breakdown of how you can read charts, be able to draw up the support lines, and maybe be a little bit more knowledgeable on when you should be purchasing or selling said asset.
That's very cool. We have a lot of the same stuff going on in the Nuggets. I don't know if you guys explored
That's
around,
awesome.
but yeah, we everything from the kind of the sauce economics because we do have kind of interactions with a bot where you can go to work to get sauce, and then we have a bunch
Yeah.
of degen gambling kind of things, like everything from rock paper scissors to the Russian roulette to playing dice and stuff like that on there, so you can gamble the sauce away or make some depending.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I've been on Nuggets for a minute. I've poked around and seen all the awesome currency you guys got going on. It's pretty fun for sure.
Yeah, it does keep community engagement, which is lots of fun. But we also got a couple questions. These questions
Yeah,
might
of
have been
course.
some that you guys have gone through, but if you guys don't mind re-answering them, just to make sure the person gets it, or they might have came in a little bit late.
Yeah.
So the first question, it's about the roadmap. It says on the roadmap you mentioned significant partnerships. Can you give any specifics of what that encompasses?
Like what the current partnerships that we have and how it's been benefiting the project, or
Yeah.
as the project continues.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
if you can answer both of those, if you don't mind.
Yeah, I mean, like I said before, like the partnerships were a big involvement with our project and how we plan to proceed in the future. For example, the tools was one we're extremely happy about. Basically, what they are is they're a high quality NFT analytics extension, provide their own private node provider. Basically, what that means is that they are their own utility tool. That will be directly correlated with the MetaBox. Our partnership with them, I can get into specifics with numbers. I kind of forget, but we have a number of our MetaBuck NFT banners that have specific traits on them. So when you mint the actual MetaBuck banner, if you have that specific Flava tool trait, you will actually receive a lifetime Genesis pass into their analytics extension, which is it basically goes directly on top of your Opensea platform with their own private node provider. Personally, I've used it, and it's probably the most underrated tool I've actually seen so far in the NFT space. A good example of it is.
So is that comparable to like Just Cubes or something like that, or is it something different?
So it's actually 30% faster. Just Cubes. The reason being too is that, and I use this as an example because I couldn't believe it because I actually did it myself, and it was actually the reason why I pushed for the partnership so bad. Was the other deed from the other side, from Bored Ape Yacht Clubs. He actually used the tool, and I know that like at the time there was like 25,000 open processing transactions with like minutes to spare. purchase one of those NFTs, and last minute I pulled the trigger on whatever gas that was necessary for it, and it put to the front of the line. It did the transaction in a matter of like 3 seconds, and I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe how fast that worked, how quickly that implemented, and that was due to the private node provider they actually have. So I say that because I was told that it was 30% faster. I was told by the owner, Mufasa, who are the engineers from Shopify. My friend was using Just Cubes, and his transaction failed the exact same way. He lost over 2 ETH from that transaction just because of a gas failed transaction. So one of those things where you don't really believe in the tool until you actually use it. And just one of those things just saved me an incredible amount of money, and like fortunately I was lucky enough to actually get the NFT and make money off of it. But it was just a matter of one product over the other. So yeah, no, I'm talking to the team. They are some of the most highly educated people that I've met in the space. Their background is insane. And their product, I mean, it works. So this is something that they're extremely work with. Included with the partnership too is each MetaBuck holder will also receive a 25%, because you can actually subscribe, a 25% monthly discount to their Flava tool as well, if you don't receive one of those MetaBucks with the that personal trade on top of it.
So is there going to be rarity for the banners themselves as well, or is it just?
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, that's really cool that if it works better than just cubes, I mean, that just gives your community an added value and your NFT as well. And there obviously will be people fighting to get those banners that have the lifetime passes on them.
Yeah, like it's just one of those things where, like I said, the partnerships that we've been building and talking to and being able to achieve, it's real utility, it's real agreements, it's with projects that we see similar value and ethos in, to basically build our project. We grow alongside people that we believe will be there as well. So
That is very admirable. Our next question is about the mint. If for some reason the mint doesn't go according to plan, how will that change your roadmap or plan for going further?
it won't change anything. As for
So they're just not dependent on each other, right?
they're not depending on each other, no. So that was the goal, to create something that wasn't depending on the mint. Not one of those things that we will also cut supply of either. We believe in the project that we've created, with the amount that we've created, the utility that we're providing. If for some reason, maybe just due to uncertain market conditions, that it doesn't sell out, we will leave that until it does. So it's not one of those things just that we're going to cut supply in order to make a Twitter post that we sold out. We're very passionate with the project we've created, very proud with what we've been able to implement inside of the project and the utility of the actual NFT itself. So as for the roadmap that we developed, it wouldn't change a thing.
That's very good to hear that one is not dependent on the other. So even if you guys don't mint out, you're still planning on having the IRL conferences for the mental health with the speakers and all that stuff as well.
Exactly. I mean, that's the benefit of having some people that are involved in the project that are very reputable. You don't need insane amount of money to provide. Like I said before, we do have some people involved with the project that do have some very close connections in like the hospitality industry, for those inventions, that money wouldn't be the sole decision whether to do something or not.
Got it. Got it. And we have the last question here is if you guys have plans to do a Twitter space when it's closer to the mint date, because you guys are minting in 6 days, right?
Yes. Yeah,
So
we
yeah, the person
yeah,
just wants to know if you guys are going to have some kind of Twitter space, to create more awareness for the project.
it definitely. That's part of the reason why we're here today. We're talking to everybody that we can, trying to spread the word of Metabucks and getting more people that may have not heard about us to be able to know everything that we're about and everything that we're planning to do. Definitely we'll be doing some Twitter spaces for sure. That's in our agenda.
The Twitter Spaces and the AMAs are probably one of the most crucial parts or aspects of the project, just because it provides direct exposure, the information of the project. I mean, it's a lot of people aren't readers. You get a whole white paper, it can be a little bit too much information to take in all at once. So I think it's a little bit easier to come in, jump up on stage, and ask questions that we're very open on answering. So, of course.
Awesome. Well, do you guys have anything to leave us with? Something that we haven't touched, or something that you want to, or we just have a question from President Apache. He's asking if you had $100 million right now, what would you change the NFT space with?
Damn.
What would I change the NFT space with $100 million? Is $100 million even a lot of money in this space nowadays?
All right, I'll
I mean,
rephrase it.
unless you're
10,
Pixelmon, then no.
10 billion. If you receive $10 billion right now, what would you change in the NFT space?
Damn.
I think, I don't know, for me, like I said right now, I uncertainty of the space with certain projects can be scary to new traders. There's a lot of hidden aspects to a project that has created a lot of doubt. I think how being able to regulate that and projects to be open and document themselves and provide that information that should be so necessary to an investor looking to spend potentially a lot of money inside of a project. That's just one thing for me that I think should be provided, information that should be transparent and open to investors. That should be a normal thing that you see every day between each project and between a project and an investor.
Okay.
Also, I'm
Josh?
not the biggest fan of Opensea. So maybe if Opensea platform could work a little more often, that would be something I'd maybe invest into.
Yeah, for real. I'd definitely contribute to that. Having a better platform, better servers for it, so it's not always down, and potentially hiring out a completely fully doxed developers and bot creators, so we can have like the most professional and high class people design Discord bots to help put an end to all of these hacks.
Discord security.
That's a good one. That's a very good one. All right, thanks, guys.
Prevent people from being rugged, huh?
Yeah, exactly. If we can put a stop to what?
Oh, I was asking if Apache is satisfied with that answer.
Oh,
Yes, I'm very satisfied with the answer. Thank you guys very much.
Of course. Thank you guys for having us.
Yeah, so Josh and Brahmi, do you guys think there's something we haven't touched on in regards to your project that you guys want to speak about, or leave us with some final thoughts or parting words?
If it wasn't gone into already, with the banners So they will be all completely animated, so you'll be able to rock those on Discord as well. And hey, who knows? Maybe someday Twitter will allow a verified banner like they do with profile pictures. Here's the hoping for that. And as well, we will provide everybody with still images of their banner and and their profile picture. So if they don't have Nitro or anything, you'll be given all of those assets.
Good answer.
Very cool. Awesome.
Like
Well, the
Go ahead.
mint details, Abe, it's mints in 6 days, 3333 collection, and it's 0.1 for the mint, and I think it's 0.125 for the public. Is that right?
Yes. Yep. 0.125 to public.
anything remaining off of that will be available to the public at 0.125.
Perfect. All right. Yeah. Well, thank you for joining us today. Thank you for your guys' time, and I hope you guys have an awesome mint, and hopefully the Nifty Nuggets can be a part of your community. It sounds like a great place to be in. It's great that you guys aren't focused on being in Discord 24/7. I think it's a big problem with a lot of projects. So yeah, I hope you guys are very successful.
Thank you. We got a list sent over earlier from the Nugs that we were going to be updating everybody on that we received. And do we have and yeah, I think that's it. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us, guys.
Oh, thank you. We appreciate it. We're looking forward to you guys in our Discord server, and hopefully see you as potential holders of the project too. So, if you ever have any questions too, my DMs are always open. I'm always around the server too, so always feel free to ping me or shoot me a DM.
All right, just be careful what you ask for. There might be a lot of questions.
That's okay. I got time. I always got time. Not on Sundays. I got no time on Sundays.
Same. All right. Well,
Awesome,
everybody
man.
have a great day.
Thanks, guys. We
All right.
appreciate it.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
If you like this AMA, reminder to subscribe to our YouTube channel so you can get access to our future AMAs. We also have a main YouTube channel where we are covering wider topics in the crypto and Web3 sphere. So if you're interested in any of that information, please make sure to find the Nifty Nuggets on YouTube. You can also follow us on Twitter at NuggetsNifty, and make sure to leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. We'll see you all next time.